This is my first Buzduel, guys. A Buzduel is something done in a game that is extraordinary or unexpected, and is done just to show that it can be done. To make these record-breaking attack points, we'll be using Arkana. He's the best character to use because of his skill, Show of Nightmares, which lets you add a random spell card from your graveyard back to your hand once you have 3 or more spell cards in your graveyard with different names. And we'll be dueling against Yami at level 10. You can do this at higher levels too, but then your starting hand has to be practically perfect. Let's begin. Duel! Once the duels are completed, I'll show you the deck list. Your starting hand needs Cerberus, or you need to draw Cerberus within your first 2 turns, cause you will lose by the 3rd turn from damage inflicted by your opponent's monsters. Some persons might wonder, why not just use Draw Sense Light and guarantee that you will draw Cerberus? While I understand this, once again, I must state that Arkana's skill, Show of Nightmares, is needed for maximum attack points. I was very fortunate to draw the 2nd Cerberus very early, as well as 2 Shard of Greed. We need to activate them very early because we need 5 cards in the graveyard when it's time to activate Jar of Avarice. Here, I activate Magical Mallet, and I draw into another Mallet, which I also activate so that I can put 5 cards in the graveyard for when it's time to activate Jar of Avarice. Jar of Avarice is activated to return all my activated spells back to my deck so that I can activate them again and add more spell counters to Cerberus to increase their attack points. Okay guys, it's the last turn, so watch carefully because the order in which you activate every card matters. Every Union attack activated should only target Vassal because you want to increase his attack points to maximum. You also have to be very lucky when you activate Arkana's Show of Nightmares skill so that it returns Union attack to your hand. Luminous Spark is already on the field, and multiple Leeching the Light are used to increase Cerberus' attack points even higher. Both the Magical Stone Excavation are used to return Union attack to my hand to once again be activated, targeting Vassal. Look at that ridiculous 300,000 attack points 3-star monster. Now let me show you something really interesting. You know how your profile saves all your records? Well, that's not exactly true right now. As you can see, the highest attack points recorded is 65,535. It's the same for the highest effect damage recorded, cause Vassal only inflicts effect damage. This is the highest that can be recorded in any player's profile right now because of the game limitations. Vassal, with over 300,000 attack points, only did 65,535 damage. That's the game limitations right there. So if you're gonna try this and want to remember your highest attack, then I'd suggest you record the duel, cause the game as it is now won't save any attack points, defense points, battle damage, effect damage, or any other stat above 65,535. Duel! The highest attack Cerberus is a bit more difficult, but for much of the duel requires the same method. Opening with Cerberus or drawing it in your first 2 turns is key. Drawing the 2nd and 3rd Cerberus as early as possible is also important, because all 3 of them on the field would gain attack points for each spell card activated. I activated Magical Mallet in search of the 3rd Cerberus, but did not find it, so I activated my 3 Shard of Greed, because I need them in the graveyard very early so that I can activate Jar of Avarice later. I finally drew my 3rd Cerberus and summoned it before I activated any more spell cards. I activated infinite cards, so during the end phase I discarded no cards. This Shard of Greed is activated simply to gain counters so that we can have it ready for when we need to use it. Last turn guys, watch carefully because it's a bit more complicated than with Vassal. We activate Magical Stone Excavation to return Union Attack to our hand, and the discarded Sword of the Deep-Seated returns to the top of our deck. Arkana's Show of Nightmares skill needs to add back Union Attack to our hand for maximum attack points. We use multiple Leeching the Light to increase Cerberus' attack points as high as possible. We activate our final Magical Stone Excavation for another Union Attack. Battle Phase. Look at that record-breaking 410,310 attack points. Now, we end our turn because Union Attack was played on multiple monsters. Because Sword of the Deep-Seated returned to our deck last turn, we did not lose the duel. Here are the deck lists. This is for Vassal, and I use Vassal simply because in Duel Links, he's the most famous 3-star monster, and he does effect damage. So if the game had kept my record, it would have been over 300,000 effect damage. Here's the deck list for Cerberus. And Cerberus' attack should be well over 2 million. Yes, you heard right, 2 million. As it is with Union Attack, Cerberus could only gain 65,535 attack points at any one time, even though Union Attack says gain all the attack of other face-up monsters you control. It's the game limitations right there. And there's another limitation. Union Attack only resolves left to right, no matter the order in which you activate them. If they could resolve in the order you activated them, and gain the full attack points, then Cerberus' attack would in fact be over 2 million. If Konami removes these limitations one day, I'll make another video using the exact same deck and I'll show you the 2 million attack points. I'll also leave the deck list in the description below for players that don't recognize all the cards. I'm sure you guys used your own methods to record some extraordinary attack points. So let me know what's the highest attack you ever had and what monster you used. That's it guys.
If you enjoyed this video, then subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.